What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. Starting this video with some classic physique updates. The man, the sensation Laszlo Kiraly has officially made the classic physique weight cutoff and he is ready to rock the stage tomorrow. So people want to see his legs because that was a major concern, that how much his legs are improved. So as of right now, I'm gonna say he looks pretty damn impressive, especially in that front double bicep shot. He looks extremely balanced top to bottom, and that is a very aesthetic look. That combination of superior shape and the conditioning that he has, I think that will be unmatched here, and he is most probably gonna win the Olympia qualifier. So, how will he place at the Olympia this year? That is the bigger question, because if you are hyped that much, how you do on the Olympia stage, that is what matters. But we cannot answer that at this time, because we have not seen what he looks like from the side and from the back. But from the looks of his lats and how wide he opens up, I'm sure that will definitely make him stand out. The man has some crazy lats. So if we talk about the hype on IG and on social media, him and Stephane have definitely made the biggest impact in the last few months. So let's talk about Stephane as well. So how is he doing at the moment? He is looking harder and drier by the day. And I'm gonna say so far there hasn't been a significant drop in terms of the overall roundness and the fullness to his muscles. Yes, he is downsized compared to what he looked like at the start of his prep. But still there hasn't been what we call a significant drop in his overall fullness. But that being said, we don't know how much he currently weighs at the moment and the amount of weight he still needs to drop to make the weight cutoff. But that right there is the proper definition of what we call the see-through skin. Really looking forward to his debut in classic physique. So the next update is from Terrance Ruffin, our 2 times Arnold Classic champion, who I'm gonna say has a chip on his shoulder this time. Because everyone predicted that Terrance and Chris Bumstead will be number 1 and number 2 at the Olympia last year. But Terrance dropped down to 6th place, and no one expected that. And because of that, everyone seems to have forgotten about Terrance. And one of the reasons is that he hasn't been posting much on social media. So Terrance has yet to qualify for the Olympia this year. So we are gonna get to see him twice, once on that Olympia stage and wants to get the Olympia qualification. I'm sure a lot of you guys remember this. Terrance was 1 pound above his weight cap at the initial weigh-ins at this past Mr. Olympia. So if he is already maxed out, we don't know what sort of improvements to look forward to this year. Maybe he will bring his trademark conditioning back. But then again, he wasn't that far off from his trademark conditioning last year as well. So, what do you guys think? Can Terrance bounce back and beat guys like Urs and Ramon? Not to mention he has to beat Mike Sommerfield first as well. Now some people were suggesting that he should move to 212. Then Terrance has addressed this multiple times. He has no interest in doing that. Plus I think, and I'm sure a lot of you guys will agree with me, his physique will not be as competitive in the 212 as it is in Classic. So it is gonna be an interesting year for Classic physique. I'm sure Chris Bumstead is gonna win the Olympia once again, and quite possibly bring the best look of his career, as Hein Ramboard will have an entire year to shape up his physique as he wants to this time. As long as Chris does his work and what he is supposed to do, no one in this lineup is even coming close to beating him. But as far as the placings from 2nd and onwards are concerned, the factor of Urs, who has bulked up to his heaviest ever, and yet he is still looking so damn good, that will be interesting to watch, because every year he is acquiring that muscle maturity as well. And we did saw how he showed up at this year's Arnold Classic, despite being admitted to the hospital 5 days prior to that show. That is peak dedication right there. So now let's talk about the Brazilian dinosaur, Ramon. We saw how Ramon created that gap at the Olympia between him and everybody else. So Chris and Ramon were in a league of their own, and that is why we got to see such a phenomenal two-man call-out. But Chris Bumstead is just on another level. So as of right now, Ramon is also looking great at the peak of his off-season. But that weight cap hanging over his head, that makes it almost impossible for him to make some major changes regarding his physique and challenge the champ cbum. So hit the thumbs up button if you like the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.